Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the lecture of the revision worksheet. It is related to our revision worksheet and to our revision lecture. First of all, let's start with the topics that we are going to cover in this lecture. The first topic is reading comprehension, and the theme is pollution. The second topic is the writing process. And the third topic is the parts of speech. In the first topic, we are going to talk about comprehension, text and questions. In the second, we are going to talk about the writing process, what are the steps to write a paragraph. And in the third, we are going to talk about the parts of speech, what are the parts of speech and their uses. So first of all, we are going to start with the comprehension part, which is about pollution. These are some pollution codes that we're going to read together. Kill pollution or it will kill you. It means we have to get rid of pollution. We have to keep our earth clean and healthy. Otherwise, we are going to die. It is going to kill us due to pollution, due to high diseases and so on. Go green, breathe clean. It means you have to plant trees as much as you can in order to breathe fresh air. Wipe out pollution before it wipes you out. We have to get rid of pollution before it gets rid of us. Keep the oceans blue, the planet green, and the animals safe. You are the key to cleaner and pollution-free air. So we are going to start with the first theme, which is pollution. In this unit, which is a continuation of what you took previously in grade 7, we will learn about the phenomenon of pollution, which is greatly affecting our planet. This is a core theme in grade 8. We are going to start with the thematic words. The first word, which is ecological, it means of or relating to the environments of living things or to the relationships between living things and their environments. For example, the ecological effects of the turf monoculture become even more troubling as large tracts such as golf courses display whole ecosystems in a single stroke. Emissions, things given off by emitting, for example, emissions from factories and cars. Like the example sentence, authorities should find solutions to stop emissions from factories and cars. Contaminated means polluted. For example, botulinum toxin is a highly lethal substance which causes death even in developed countries when contaminated food is improperly canned or stored. Sewage means refuse liquids or waste matter. For example, chemicals end up in lakes, rivers, and wells after flushing through sewage treatment plants and spreading from factory smokestacks. Let's continue with the thematic words and start with the word smog. Smog means a fog made heavier and darker by smoke and chemical fumes. For example, smog can hinder the view in roads of polluted cities and lead to serious accidents. Hazardous, involving or exposing one to risk or dangerous. For example, these hazardous chemicals that can cause death if inhaled. Global warming, an increase in the Earth's atmospheric and oceanic temperatures, widely predicted to occur due to an increase in the greenhouse effect resulting especially from pollution. So, example sentence, the phenomenon of global warming is leading to huge forest fires in many places around the world. Let's start with pollution and environmental harm. This is the title of our text. It is talking about pollution, contamination, and environmental harm. How does pollution leads to environmental harm to the environment, to the nature? So these are some kinds of pollution. We are talking about some kinds of pollution here, which are air pollution, land pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and so on. We have so many kinds of pollution other than these. We are not going to start reading the text. We are going to solve the vocab exercises. I will solve them briefly during the video now, and then we will move to the comprehension questions. So in the vocab questions, they started with using each pair of words in meaningful sentences. They started with the word sewage and the word ecological. So the sentence we used is, if sewage is only partially treated, it can cause ecological contamination. The second word is contaminated and atmosphere. A contaminated atmosphere is a main cause of many disease. Smog and hazardous. Smog causes hazardous effects on health. Exercise B, which is filling in the blanks with some of the thematic words. Let's start with number 1. The answer is smog. Smog was cited as a major factor that contributes to global warming. Number 2, the correct answer is hazardous. Wintry conditions are making roads hazardous for drivers in the northeast of England. Number 3, marine biologists are concerned about the effects of untreated sewage that is flowing into coast. Number 4, there is a strong possibility that the cat contracted the condition by eating contaminated pet food. Exercise C, let's start with the question. Suggest 2 answers to stop global warming. For example, power homes with renewable energy and reduce water wastes. Number 2, name 3 types of pollution. We already named one of them, some of them in the beginning of the lecture. State 1 cause for each. Let's start with water pollution. The main cause of water pollution is sewage water. Air pollution, the main cause is emissions from cars and factories. Land pollution, the main cause is single-use plastic. How can we stop the effect of emission from factories? We can add air filters to cars and factories. Now we are going to move to the comprehension questions. So in the comprehension questions, the first question is saying, what is the main reason that harms our environment? The main reason is pollution. State 4 problems our planet suffers from. It suffers from global warming, it suffers from deforestation, suffers from pollution and extinction of biological species. The second question says, referring to paragraph 2, how does the writer convince the reader about the change in people's lifestyle? We can plant trees that will grow in 15 to 20 years. It means that you can see the result of your activity in 10 years. Who is selfish and why? Based on the text, humans are selfish because they do not care about the coming generation. Number 4 is an opinion question, so answers vary. Now in exercise B, they want us to scan paragraphs 5, 6, and 7 to see what should we do in order to reduce pollution and why. The first one is reducing pollution. Why? Because pollution causes numerous problems. The second one is to not litter. Why? Because it causes pollution also. Recycling, because it saves priceless natural resources. Number 4, use public transport. Why? Because it does not release numerous harmful gases. Exercise C, filling in the blanks. So the number 1, the correct answer is excessive. So excessive dosage of this drug can result in the injury to the liver. Number 2, the correct answer is priceless. The palace is full of priceless antiques. Number 3, the answer is ridiculous. It is ridiculous to expect a 2-year-old to be able to read. Number 4, my sister called me at the airport. She will doubtlessly arrive by the next flight. Pronoun reference. So pronoun reference, these in paragraph 1 refers to the environmental problems. There refers to people. This in paragraph 4 refers to not caring about future generations. And they in paragraph 6 refers to the forests. About The first question is asking about Helen Keller. How did she get her disability? So we said that she got her disability from a fever. It was caused by a fever. Number 2, according to paragraph 4, how did Anne Sullivan change Helen's life? Anne was able to instill discipline in Helen. Helen was a spoiled child, as we all know, and she learned her how to communicate through signs. Number 3, describe Helen Keller by giving 2 traits. We can say that she is determined, she is persistent, she is bold, she is ambitious, all of these. Number 4 is saying what is the purpose of the text. The purpose of the text, of course, is to inform. This is a biography, and usually biography's purpose is to inform. It provides us with information. What is the genre of the above text? The genre of the above text is a biography, as we all know. Let's start with exercise B, and with the following statements are false. Rewrite each one correctly. Let's start. Helen had the illness for a long period of time. No, she had the illness when she was only 19 months old. Anne Sullivan did not accept to treat Helen, which is false. Anne accepted to treat her. Helen was a quiet and polite child. This is also false because Helen was a spoiled child, and Anne Sullivan is the person who instilled discipline in Helen. Now let's start with exercise C. Exercise C is the chronological order. It's a chart, it's a flow chart actually, in which you fill in the correct information. Let's start with the first year in 1882. Helen became blind and deaf. In 1887, her parents contacted Alexander Graham Bell. In 1904, Helen graduated from Radcliffe College. In 1915, she founded a non-profit organization, and in 1964, she awarded her Presidential Medal of Freedom. Let's move to vocab. The first one is traumatic. Number 2 is discipline. Number 3 is exhausted. And number 4 is tremendous. Let's move to pronoun reference, and let's start with her. Her in paragraph 1 refers to Helen. He in paragraph 3 refers to Alexander Graham Bell. They in paragraph 3 refers to Perkins Institute. And number 4, her in paragraph 4 refers to Anne Sullivan. Let's now start with the 6 stages of the writing process. We said that we start with brainstorming, which is thinking about ideas and jotting them down randomly using words and phrases. This is what do we mean by brainstorming. It can happen through discussion, it can happen through open book, it can happen through watching a certain video, it can happen through searching the internet, and so on. Then we start planning. The planning is usually filling in a graphic organizer or an outline, يعني cause effect chart, a story map, compare contrast, the Venn diagram, or an outline. Writing your first draft is to write your ideas that you brainstormed and organized. After that, we move to step 4, which is revising. I revise my ideas. I check if there is any mistake, grammatical, punctuational, any kind of mistake. And then I move to the final, to step number 5, which is editing. I correct my mistake, and then I move to the final draft, in which I write the final draft, the draft which is which has no mistakes. Okay. Okay, now we are going to move to grammar. In grammar, we are going to talk about the parts of speech. And we will start with the definition. What are parts of speech? Part of speech is a category to which a word assigned to accordance with its syntactic functions. In English, the main parts of speech are noun, pronoun, adjective, determiner, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. These are the kinds of pronouns. Kinds of parts of speech. Let's start with the noun. What is a noun? A noun is the name of a thing, a person, an animal, a place. The name of anything around us is called a noun, such as pencil, cat, work, notebook, and so on. What is a verb? A verb is an action or state. For example, open, close, read, write, run, play, watch, wash. All of these are verbs. Adverb. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word that describes the verb. It usually describes the verb, the adjective. For example, I say, she opened the book slowly. So I ask myself a question, how did she open the book? She opened it slowly. So slowly describes the way she opened the book. So it's describing the verb. So from this, I know that slowly is an adverb. Let's move to the adjective. What is an adjective? An adjective is a word that describes the noun. So I say, Ali is short. So short is describing Ali, the noun, then it's an adjective. I say, the classroom is quiet. Quiet is describing the classroom. The classroom is a noun, so quiet is an adjective, and so on. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word that replaces the noun. So I say, for example, Ali opened the door. Where is the noun in the sentence? The noun in the sentence is Ali. So I can replace Ali with the pronoun he. So I say, he opened the door. The teacher explained the grammar lesson. Where's the noun? The teacher. What can I replace the teacher with? I can replace it with she. So she opened the door. Preposition. Preposition is a word. It links a noun to another word, and it also shows us the time or the place of an object. Like, for example, the book is on the table. I will arrive in 10 minutes. His flight is at 10 p.m. All of these are prepositions. Conjunctions, they are words that join clauses or sentences, like the fanboys, or the subordinating conjunctions, like, for example, I am very hungry, but the fridge is empty. So here, but is a conjunction. The interjection, it's a short exclamation. We use it usually in exclamatory sentences, like oh, hi, ouch, wow, oh my God. All of these are called interjections.